Hello students, this is the fourth part of number theory. Today I am going to explain the concept of GCD and LCM and the relationship between GCD and LCM. Okay, first of all, common divisor. Common divisor. If a number C divides any two numbers A and B, that is C divides A and C divides B, then C known as the common divisor of A and B. Okay, for example, 2 divides 6, 2 divides 8. Now I can say that 2 is the common divisor of 6 and 8. So that is the meaning of common divisor. Common divisor. CD I can say. Common divisor. Okay. So clearly what it's saying that if A divides B, means B is divisible by A. A divides C, means C is divisible by A. So A divides B, A divides C, then A is called common divisor or common factor I can say. Common factor or common divisor. Common factor or common divisor. So this is the definition of common factor and common divisor. Okay. Next greatest common factor or greatest common divisor. For example, A and B are two numbers are given. For example, there exist several common divisors for A and B, say C1, C2, C3, C4. These all are common divisors of A and B. What is the meaning of that? C1 divides A, C2 divides A, C3 divides A, C4 divides A, C1 divides B. C2 means what is the meaning of that? These C1, C2, C3, C4 are called common divisors. Among all greatest one is called greatest common divisor. For example, C1, C2, C3, C4 are common divisor for both A and B, and C4 is the greatest among the C1, C2, C3. Then C4 is called the greatest common divisor of A and B. Symbolically you can write greatest common divisor or greatest common factor or highest common factor. So by any notation you can write like that. GCD greatest common divisor, GCF greatest common factor or HCF greatest common factor. So what is the meaning of that? If A and B are two numbers are given, so what is the greatest common factor of A and B? Means what we should do, Nana? We want to find common factors of A and B. Among those common factors, highest one is taken as the greatest common factor of A and B. Okay, or GCD of A and B. Okay. So for example, A comma B having GCD as a C4, symbolically I can write ordered pair A comma B equal to C4. What is the meaning of that? The GCD of A and B C4. I will explain through example now. Okay. For example, 16 and 30 given or 15 and 30 given. Better one 12 and 30 are given. We want find their common divisor or greatest common divisor. We want find GCD. First of all, what should do, Nana? We want find divisors, after common divisors, after greatest common divisor. That's why I want find divisors of both 12 and 30. I will write Nana. Factors of 12 or divisors of 12 both are give same meaning. So 1 is a factor of 12, 2 is a factor of 12, 3 is a factor of 12, 4 is a factor of 12, 6 is a factor of 12, 12 is a factor of 12. So next to factors of 30. 1 is a factor of 30, 2 is a factor of 30, 3 is a factor of 30, 4 is not a factor of 30, 5 is a factor of 30, 6 is a factor of 30, 7 won't be, 8, 9, 10 is a factor of 30, 12, 13, no, 15 is a factor of 30. So after directly 31, if you want find the factors of a even number, after half of them as a one of the factor, immediate factor is itself, that is number itself, 30. So next what I want find? I want find the intersection, common. First of all, what I did? GCD I want find. GCD. First what I did? Divisors. I found divisors. After that, common divisors I want. So the intersection I want. F12 intersection F30 equal to. Okay. So what are the common? 1 is common factor. I will circle it first of all. 1 common, 2 common, 3 common, that's all. 6 common. So 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 6. These are the common factor. Among all these common factor, highest one is 6. That is called greatest common factor of 12 and 13. GCD of 12 and 30 is 6. Okay. In this way, you can find the greatest common factor. GCD you can find. So this method is called list method, Nana. This is called list method. List method. By using list method, we can find GCD. First of all, divisors of that number should find. After the common divisors, after greatest common divisors. So through this example, what I did, Nana, I found the GCD of the numbers 12 and 30. That is 6. Or symbolically, you can write ordered pair 12 comma 30 equal to 6. This is one thing. Next, we want to find GCD of A and B. By using list method, what I did, I found the factors of A first. After factors of B, after I found their intersection. After that, I identified a greatest one, that is taken as GCD of the numbers. Okay, for the two numbers. For example, three numbers are given: A comma B comma C comma D. For example, A comma B comma C given. We want to find their GCD by using list method. What we should do? First of all, you write the factors of A. Okay, some factors of A. After that, factors of B. After factors of C. After that, intersection should find factors of A, intersection factors of B, intersection factors of C. So we got a set. Some numbers will get. Highest one is said to be the GCD of ABC. This is called finding GCD by using list method. Okay. But one demerit is there for this method. If numbers are bigger numbers, finding their factors become difficult for us, and finding intersection also become difficult. That's why we need to use another alternate method to find GCD or HCF. We have three methods, Nana. First method is a list method. Second is prime factorization method. Third method, division method. So by using any one of the method, you can find the GCD of the numbers. What I explained is list method. Next, I will explain a prime factorization method. After that, I will explain a division method. In general, in examination, we will use division method, Nana, to find the GCD of the given numbers. So we have a demerit for a list method. If numbers are bigger numbers, so finding factors and finding intersection become difficult for us. Okay. Now I am going to explain prime factorization method to find the GCD of two or more numbers. Okay. For that, you know the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. What fundamental theorem of arithmetic says? Important theorem. Every composite number can be factorized as the product of primes, and this factorization is unique apart from their order in which the prime factorizations occur. This is the statement of fundamental theorem of arithmetic. What it says orally, for example, a number 18 is given. 18 can be written as the product of prime numbers in unique way. That says fundamental theorem of arithmetic. What is the meaning of unique way? I will write 18. We want to write 18 equal to product of prime number. Try to find prime factors of 18. I am using division method to find the prime factors of 18. So first of all, divide 18 by least prime number to the divised, because this is even number. So 2 9s are, next 3 3s are, next 3 1s are. So what I can say, these 2 3 3 are the prime factors of 18, and 2 into 3 into 3 only the 18. What I can say, 2 into 3 into 3, or another words I can say that 18 equal to 2 into 3 square. So 18 can be written as 2 into 3 square, means 18 is written in terms of prime numbers. 2 into 3 into 3. So in this way, any composite number can be expressible. What is the meaning of that? Any composite number can be expressible in the product of prime numbers in unique way. That says the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. If you take any number, if you take 108, you want to take, so you can write 108 product of prime numbers in unique way. So how to write 108? I will show you. First of all, 108 should divided by 2. 2 5s are, 2 4s are. Next to 2, 2 2s are, 2 7s are. Next to 3, 3 9s are. Next to 3 3s are, 3 1s are. So these are the prime factors of 108. The product of those numbers only 108. What I can write down here? 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 3. So what I did now, 108 is written as the product of prime numbers. So actually we can write 4 into 3 into 3 also, but 4 is not a prime number. Understood? That's why 108 should be written as 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 3. So 108 can be written product of prime numbers in this way only. Or another way I can say that 108 can be written as 2 square into 3 cube. This is very important. Very important. So what fundamental theorem of arithmetic is saying that, again I want to read Nana. Every composite number can be factorized as product of primes. That's all. This one. Every composite number can be factorized as a product of primes. This is called the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. And its factorization is unique. So what is uniqueness Nana here? What is the meaning of that? 108 can be written as a product of prime numbers unique way. Means I can write 2 square into 3 cube or 3 cube into 2 square only. 108 can't written in the form of prime numbers other than 2 and 3. That is the meaning of unique. Apart from the order in which the prime factor occurs. 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 or 2 into 3 into 2 into 3 into 3. You can write, that is not big order is not big problem, but 108 to write 108 product of prime numbers, we can use only two prime numbers, that is 2 and 3 only. So that's why 108 can be written as 2 square into 3 cube. Okay. Now I am finalizing. So fundamental theorem of arithmetic saying that n is a composite number. N can be written as in the form of a power p into b power q into c power r, so on, where a comma b comma c so on are distinct prime numbers or different prime numbers. Distinct prime numbers. And p comma q comma r are natural numbers. Okay, this is the another form of fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Okay. So any number should be written in the form of this: a power p into b power q into c power r, so on, where a, b, c are distinct prime numbers, or means different prime numbers, and p, q and r are natural numbers. So example, just now explain now 108. 108 can be written as 2 square into 3 cube. 2 and 3 are two different prime numbers, their exponents are natural numbers. Actually in this example, exponents are also prime numbers, but don't think that always will get exponents are prime number, that is not correct. Exponents are natural numbers. For example, 18 is given, 18. So what I can write? 2 into 3 square I can write here, or 2 power 1 into 3 square I can write. Okay. Yeah, one more example I will take now. 258 given. I want to write it as product of prime numbers. 258. 2 1s are, 2 2s are, 2 9s are. So 129 is not a prime number because their addition 9 plus 1 10 plus 2 12. 12 is divisible by 3, means that number is divisible by 3. 3 4s are 12, 3 3s are. So 43 is a prime number. That's what I can say. 258 can be written as 2 into 3 into 43 only. Means 2 power 1 into 3 power 1 into 43 power 1. Okay, this is the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Important. Okay. Now I will explain method to find the GCD of given numbers by using prime factorization method. Step 1, try to write the given number in the form of prime numbers or prime factorization. 12 can be written as just now explain now 2 into 3 square. 2 square into 3, sorry, 2 square into 3. 2 4 3s are 12. Or actually this can be written as 2 into 3. Next 15, no, not 15, 30, that one, okay, 30. 30 can be written as, yeah, 2 into 3 into 5. 2 into 3 into 5 one, or directly I will write 2 into 3 into 5. Now, what this method saying that how can you find? First of all, you want to identify common prime factors. Next, we want to identify the common prime factors. 2 is factor for 12, this 2 is factor for 12, as well as this 2 is factor for 12. So, these 2 can be paired. So, this 2 can't pair with another 2, no, 2 not there. But this 3 and this 3 can be paired. Okay, 5 and these 2 are left. Now, what I can say, GCD nothing but, by the definition, GCD is nothing product of common prime factors. 2 is common prime factor and 3 is common prime factor, product of common prime factor. After pairing, that is important. So, what I can say 6. So, finally, what I can say 6 is the GCD of 12 and 30. This is the easiest method to find the GCD. Once again, listen students. First of all, we want make the given number into product of prime numbers. 2 into 3. Next number 30. That also 2 into 3 into 5. So students, after that what you should do? First of all, you want to pair the common prime factors. These 2 and these 2 should be paired. This 2 can't pair with any another prime number, because if another 2 is presented in 30, then I can pair this 2 with that 2. But I can't. These 3 I can pair. So 5 can't pair with any prime factor in the number 12. So after that, what the difference saying that the product of common prime factors gives the GCD of the given number. Now I can say that GCD is nothing but 2 and 2 are paired, we should take 1 2 nana. 3 and 3 are paired, we should take 1 3. So 2 into 3 6. This is the GCD of the given numbers 12 and 30. So easiest method. Okay. So here another example is that using prime factorization method I want to find nana here. So 513 3 9 divides 3 nana. 3 1s are 3, 7s are 21, 1s are 7, 8, 9, again divided by 3, 3 5s are 15, 7s are 3 1s are 3, 3 1s are 3 means 2, 9s are. So what I can say, 3 into 19. Okay, 3 next number, double 1 3 4, double 1 3 4, 3 3s are 9, 10 11 2, 7s are 21 2. Okay, 3 8s are, yeah, next another 3 1s are 3 2s are 6, 3 9s are 129, 2 10, again we will divide with 3 nana. 3 4s are 12, 3 3s are 9, 43 is prime number. Then what I can say, 3 into what this 19, no? Here 43. Okay. Next 1 2 1 5. I will write, yeah, 1 2 1 5. 5 2s are 10, 4s are 3s are 243. 3 81s are, 3 27s are, 3 9s are, 3 3s are. What I can say, this is 3 into how many? 1 2 3 4 5 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4 into 5. Now I want find GCD by using the definition of prime factorization method. First of all, you identify common prime factors. 3 is common for all. So these three I can match. I can pair. Okay. These three also can pair. These three is also can pair. 19, no 19. 43, no 40. These three I can't pair with any number. So what I can say, GCD of 513, 1134 and 1215 is product of common prime factor taken one at a time. 3 into 3, that is equal 27. Or another words I can say that, or directly GCD of these three numbers is 27. Okay students, next method is a division method. So through example I want to explain that method. Find the GCD of 12 and 30. For example, you want to find GCD of A and B. We use division method. First of all, try to divide a bigger number by smaller number. Assume that here B is greater than A. Divide B by A by using long division method. Okay, for example, Q is the quotient and some C is the remainder. If the C is 0, then remainder is 0, then I can say that GCD of A and B is taken as A. If C is non-zero, then this C become new divisor and the old divisor become new dividend and you need to proceed. For example, you get another quotient Q2 and the remainder is D. If D is 0, if your remainder is 0, then the C is said to be the GCD of A and B. If D is not equal to 0, then D become the new divisor and old divisor C become the new dividend. Again you want to proceed. Another quotient is Q3 and for example remainder is E. If your remainder is 0, then this D last but one divisor is said to be the GCD of A and B. If this is also non-zero number, again you want to proceed like that. So this becomes the divisor, this means dividend and Q4 and something F. F is equal to 0, then I can say that E is the GCD of A and B. So in this way you can find the GCD of numbers by using division method. Okay. Now 30 should be divided by 12. 12 2s are 24. 6 remainder. No, I can't say that 12 is the GCD of 12 and 30. If instead of 6 you got 0, then I can say 12 is the GCD of 12 and 30. Now this becomes the new divisor, old divisor, new dividend. Now we need to proceed. 6 2s are 12. Remainder 0. Remainder 0. Last but one division. So in last but one division, this becomes the GCD of the given numbers, or I can say this is the GCD of the given numbers. Therefore, GCD of 12 and 30 is 6. This method is called division method, important method. Okay. I want to use another example for that. For same problem I want to find. Yeah, now for example, you want to find the GCD of A, B, C. First of all, try to find the GCD of A and B by using long division method. For example, it would be K. Then after find the GCD of K and C by using long division method. Okay. So bigger one is this 1215. First of all, I am trying to find GCD of these two numbers. Later I will find GCD with that one 513. Should be divided by 1134. One time only. 1134. 1 here, 7 8 81. Now this become divisor. 1134 become dividend. 81 how many times 10s are means 8 10. Yeah, maybe 12s are, I will cross check. 2 16 81 2, yeah, 6 1 7 9, somewhat near. 81 14s are 4 1s are 4, yeah, 32 81 4, 3, 1, 1, 3, 4. So what is that? How many times? 14 are 1, 1, 3, 4. Remainder 0. What is the meaning of that? 81 is the GCD of 1, 1, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 1. And that I will write. GCD of 1, 1, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 1, 5 is 81. Now we need to find GCD of 81 and 513. Okay. Next, we want to find GCD of 81 and 513. I will find in next page. 513 should be divided by 81. 81 10s are 8 10, maybe 8 times 8s are 640 crossed. 81 6s are 480. 81 7s are 5 cross 6 are only 6 are almost 486. Subtract 4 7 here 2 27 81. 81 3s are 81 3s are 27 3s are 81 only. Remainder 0. What is the meaning of that? This is the GCD of 81 and 513. Therefore, GCD of 81 and 513 is 27. Final conclusion. Therefore, GCD of 513 comma what that nana 1 1 3 4 and 1 2 1 5 is what? 27. Okay. Yeah, students, our next definition: co-primes are relatively primes. Okay, co-primes, two numbers, not, don't think that prime number, two numbers. Numbers in sense natural numbers. Numbers A, comma B are said to be co-primes if ordered pair A, comma B equal to 1. What is the meaning of that? GCD of those two numbers is 1. That is the meaning. GCD of A and B equal to 1. Any two numbers are given. If their GCD is 1, they are said to be co-primes. The numbers need not be prime number. That is important thing. Example: 9 and 5 are co-primes. See here, 9 and 5 are there. No? Their GCD 1 only. You can find out. Their GCD 1 only. And here 9 is not a prime number. If A and B are co-prime, don't think that A and B are prime number. A or may not be. Here 9 and 5 are not co-primes. Example 2. Several examples I can give. 10 and I can write another. I want to take two numbers. So those two are not prime numbers. I will show you. 15 and for example, I can say 4 are co-primes. See here, 15 is not a prime, 4 is not a prime, but they are co-prime because their GCD is 1. Find their GCD now using any method. 4 3s are 12, 3 remainder, 4 3 1s are 3, 1 remainder, 3 0. No, GCD is what? 1 only. Such numbers are called co-primes or relatively primes. Important. Okay. Next, very important note. If GCD of A and B is, for example, some G, then A must should have the form gx comma b should have the form gy where x and y are coprimes. It's very important. So 12 and 30, no, the GCD you got 6 actually. 12 and 6 GCD 6 you got. So 12 can be written as 6 into something. What? 6 2s are only. 30 can be written as 6 into something. What? 6 5s are only. Observe these two coprimes only. No? Understood? So GCD of 12 and 30 is 6. 12 can be written as 6x and 30 can be written as 6y where x and y are coprimes. This is the important property now. So GCD of A and B G, then A should have the form Gx and B should have the form Gy where x and y are coprime. That is very important. Through this example, no, 12 and 30, we found that GCD is 6 only. 12 can be written as 6 into 2 and 30 can be written as 6 into 5. See, 2 and 5 are coprimes. Always happens. So this is very important note. Okay. So based on this, I want to solve this problem. Interesting, super problem. The HCF of two numbers are GCD as HCF both are same. The HCF of two numbers is 12 and the difference is 12. Find the numbers. Interesting question. Two numbers are given, A and B. Their GCD is 12 and the difference also 12. Such numbers you want to find. Okay. Now I will let A comma B be the required numbers. Okay. So what is given? Given GCD of A and B is 12. What the meaning of that? A must should have the form 12x comma B 12y where x and y are coprimes. I can write ordered by x comma y equal 1 means that one only. Next thing, given that what is that? A minus B equal to 12. A means 12x minus 12y equal to 12 or x minus y equal to 1. Now you want to find x and y values first of all. A and B are required numbers. Now if I know x and y values, after that I can find A and B values. So here I want to find x and y values so that the difference is 1. And that too x and y are coprimes. Okay, I will write. So x minus y equal to 1. There are infinitely many numbers exist now. If x is 3, then y is 2. See, they are coprimes only. If x is 4, then y is 3 only. They are coprimes, and so on and so on. Infinitely many exist. Infinitely many exist, and so on. Okay, now if x is 3 comma y is 2, then the required numbers are 12, x means 12 into 3 comma 12 into 2, that is 36 comma 24. One of the pair, one pair, 36 and 24 are the one of the pair of required number. The GCD is 12, the difference is 12. Next, if x equal 4 and y equal to 3, then the required numbers are 12 into 4 comma 12 into 3, that is 48 comma 36. So this is another pair. Like that you got infinitely many pairs. Therefore the required numbers what I can write in pairs 36 comma 24, 48 comma 36, so on. Infinitely many pairs exist. Sometimes you get finite only depend upon x and y relation here. X minus y equal to 1, that's why I got finite only. For example, x minus y equal to some 3, depend upon the problem. So difference is 12 and sum also 12 given. Difference 12 given, GCD is 12 given. For difference 24 is given, for example. And that time you will get x minus y equal to 2, and that time you get finite number of x, y only, means that you get finite number of pairs only. Okay.